Hey guys, welcome to our What is Beachbody Coaching sneak peek. I am here with Suzanne Beck. She's also my mom. I'm Alexandra Street, and we are giving you guys just a quick little is coaching for me? Is it not for me? And we're going to give you just a little bit of the basics to help you figure that out and to help you find out if you're a good fit for our team or not. So we're going to get started right away because we want to respect your time. We'll start by sharing our stories so that you can kind of get to know us if you're not familiar. Again, my name's Alexandra Street. I go by Alex. I guess I can start if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Actually, you know what? You started this whole thing. You go first.
All right. My name is Suzanne Beck, and this is Alexandra. She is my oldest daughter. I'm a mom and wife. My husband and I are going to be married 30 years. I'm a mom to 4 children. Alex is my oldest. Melissa, Eric, Seth. Anyways, I've been a coach for going on 6 years. It's going to be 6 years in June. And this whole thing started back a while ago when I did P90X, and my husband and I actually did it together, and we had really, really awesome results. In fact, I'm thinking about restarting it again and just revisiting it because it's been a while since I've done it. Anyways, we had fantastic results, and we were like getting lots of people that were talking to us about it and asking us what we were doing. And so that kind of just started this whole thing. I knew nothing about coaching. I didn't even have a coach myself. I had ordered P90X from an infomercial, and you know how that goes. What I found out about coaching was when I researched it after we got done with the program. It was like, what's next? What do I do next? And so I started researching into coaching and found out about it. And that's what brought me to it. At the same time, my husband and I were going through, just some struggles with his business and the economy and everything else. I was looking for a extra income, and this was something that really struck a nerve with me. It really I loved being healthy. I loved working out kind of my whole life. We'd been in it, kind of yo-yoed back and forth. And it kind of started with this whole thing. And I looked at, what coaching was about, and I was super interested in it. I was really quite I don't know. I was worried about it. I had a lot of fears. I was really worried if it was something that I could do, if it, what it was. And so, I had to go through a lot of that, even though I was super interested in it. But what I did is I guess
She dove in.
I dove in. I had a lot of concerns whether or not I could fit it in. Mom of 4, I was super busy. We were just running around. My youngest son was involved with every sport. We had all kinds of activities. So could I even fit it into my day? Would I even be able to be, who was I to be a coach? You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I was one that I could inspire someone. I had all these doubts going back and forth, basically for my own, just my own doubt in myself. I had never owned a business before, never did anything online, totally not tech savvy whatsoever. So we had a lot of, I had just had a lot of concerns, but I ended up diving in. My husband supported me. My girls, everybody said, go for it. And so I ended up diving in, and that's just kind of a long story short, kind of long, but go ahead. You tell yours.
Okay. I wanted to make sure she told hers first because that's kind of how I got started. So, hi. My story kind of starts a little bit back when I'm actually a teen mom, or not a teenager anymore, but I was a teen mom. And at the time, I kind of got started with my whole health and fitness journey after I had my son Zane. And I was that mom who thought that maybe the baby weight would come right off afterwards, and that I'd be able to walk out of the hospital and put on my pre-pregnancy jeans again and feel gorgeous. And I was so ready to be done with my pregnancy. I thought for sure that once the baby was out that I was going to go back to it, and that wasn't the case for me. Excuse me. And so anyways, I was really, really depressed for a long time, and I was about ready to swallow any kind of pill or take anything in order to get this weight off. I had left the hospital at over 200 pounds. That was with no baby in me or anything like that. And so she was actually kind of the person who got me started on my own weight loss journey.
Mhm.
And so I was able to lose kind of a substantial amount of weight just by us talking about what we do now as coaches, which is just sharing like our own journey together. She was like, hey, I'll go to the gym with you. I'll help you learn to eat right, all that stuff. And so we kind of became really close by doing that. And I was able to lose roughly about 50 pounds. And not only that, but just kind of mentally, I felt so much better. And, the transformation was physical as well, but more so it was mentally. And I fell in love with fitness that way. But coaching didn't appeal to me, even despite that I was obsessed with fitness. I was obsessed with eating right. And I really believed that it was so powerful. I had gone to college. My husband was in the Marine Corps, and so, he did the whole Marine thing. I went to school, raising baby, working, and all that stuff. And I had graduated from college, and we had just gotten married. And I thought that I was going to be able to step into the career world and get a lot of like, hey, you did it, because I felt like being a teen mom and graduating from school from a 4-year, getting my bachelor's, that I had done it. I had crossed that bridge, and that I had done the hard part, that I was capable of doing anything, and I just needed the opportunity to. And it really, really hurt me when I got a lot of thanks, but no thanks, especially because at that point in our lives, my husband had been laid off because his deployment got canceled. And so that left me with working multiple jobs and trying to find more, because we are trying to make ends meet and put food on the table and pay the bills and everything like that. And so she had actually brought up coaching to me quite a few times, because we had shared this love for fitness, and obviously she had already helped me, and I was so passionate about it.
She was doing P90X.
I did P90X, and I loved Shakeology, but refused to buy it because I swore it was too expensive. And so I kept telling her, no, I don't want to do this. And I had done network marketing businesses before, home-based businesses, and I had such a bad taste in my mouth from them, like mortified, humiliated, like didn't even want to like walk into the room that people I had previously talked to, humiliated. And so when she was mentioning coaching, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was just going to be like, a repeat of that, and that I was going to have to sell a ton of products or push products or cold call or go into people's house and host parties. And I just, fitness to me was my outlet. Like that was where it was my best self. I was most creative, and, it's where I solved my problems. And so I completely told her no, until I checked my bank account one day and we had $29.97 to our name. And I had to figure out where we were going to go grocery shopping and what we were going to buy, and also how to pay just a few bills that we had. And at that point, I was working 2 full-time jobs and, trying to find a third while I was looking for my perfect career, right? And so I kind of messaged her and I was like, hey, so I'm kind of interested in coaching, like tell me what I got to do. And my whole goal with coaching was honestly to make only about $20 a week, because I was really dying to get my nails done or to go to happy hour with some of my girlfriends, or just to like not have to make excuses about not being able to go to lunch where I was working. So, I had no intention of doing this as my full-time career. But if you were to look back at that Alex at that point in time, underneath all that stress, we had so many marital problems. My husband and I were not getting along. And financially, as a parent, like when you don't have the money, it's not, it's not necessarily about like the material things, but it's like when you can't take your kid to go see a movie on the weekends because, that's $20, $30 that you just don't have, it can make you feel really bad. And when birthdays and holidays come up. And so, financially, I felt broken, and I had started eating terrible again, thanks to, just not having money, and quite honestly, just being in a really bad headspace and not wanting to take care of myself. My marriage was on the rocks. I was depressed, and I literally, like, at that was the first time in my life where I felt like I just didn't have any options. And then all of a sudden, I was on Facebook one day, and I was really jealous of her because she was making decent money doing this. And I, had sworn up and down that I would never, ever be a coach. And here I was considering it and being jealous of my own mother. And so I finally just messaged her and I said, hey, I want to do this. Please don't I refused to coach. I wanted to make the money. I didn't want to learn how to do it. But I'm so thankful I messaged her, because here we are, like 3 or 4 years later. I'm not even sure. But it was supposed to be a stepping stone, but it turned into like my passion, my purpose. I fell in love with the products and the people. And not only did the opportunity roll in and the perfect time financially, it helped so much, and just gave me a reason to get out of bed in the morning, got excited, was able to quit my 2 full-time jobs, and now this is solely what I do. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm a lot happier, and I love just what it's blessed us with and our family. We get to travel the world. I never have to say no to anything to my son anymore, unless it's, just because you can't have everything. And, but just the experiences and the people, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And so that's why it's our passion. And don't mind us if we get a little long-winded, but that's why it's our passion to share this with you, because when so many people kind of are considering coaching, they come in the same spots that we did, which is, I've never owned a business. I don't know if I can do this. And like, you're right to have questions. That's why we're here.
And I'm glad that you said, like network marketing and all that kind of stuff, because I had no idea like what that even was.
To me,
I heard
it was
that
like
term.
a swear. It was like the F word. Like, you just did not say that.
Well,
like, it was so bad.
I didn't think that. I mean, I totally didn't know what it was. I'd never done anything like this before. I got married right out of high school, had kids, started having a family. I worked with my husband. We worked together with his business up until the point that I was able to stop working now. But I had no idea what it was. And you know what? And it's like, I guess maybe being naive is good, because I just, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know what it was. All I knew for me, what did it for me is like the people. First off, I didn't want to I'd been like to parties and that, like basket parties and jewelry parties and different things and makeup, which is awesome. I mean, I thought that was so cool that they could do that, but that wasn't for me, because I didn't want my time filled up, like going to do parties like other people's houses and like having to schedule.
No.
Because to me that kind of defeated the purpose. Although I love going to them. I think they're awesome. But what I loved about this was because, like I said, we had a really busy, oh my gosh, family life. I mean, my youngest son, Seth, was like doing football and basketball and everything. We were on the go like constantly. And so I really wanted something that was flexible. And I just really, really wanted something that I know that it wouldn't feel like work. And it was something that I was already so like into, because like I said, we were getting up and going to the gym. We could talk food like 24/7, like just about healthy recipes and eating.
Literally, our family would like I'm also 4, like she mentioned, and at that point in time, the other 3 had not caught on. Yeah. They would like ask us to not talk about it. I mean, we became obsessed, and it wasn't like anything to do with like body, like how you looked physically, but it was more just about like you fall in love with the community and the excitement and the positivity of it, and we had that within each other.
Well, and that's what I thought too, because I felt like this was something that was so much a part of my life already. Like I wouldn't have to like find like the time to work, because it was already like a lifestyle. It was already by no means was I in, perfect shape or perfect, nobody is. I'm not a personal trainer, a nutritionist or anything like that. It was just something that I loved and wanted to talk about. And so to me, that was a big thing to me. That was like a big plus. When I sat down and I was kind of writing out the pros and cons, that was like a big plus to me, because it was already something that I was already interested in, passionate about, and kind of doing anyways. And so if this, allowed me to do it more and to be able to talk to more people about it, then I was like, yeah. But I was just so unsure, because I didn't know what network marketing was. I heard the term pyramid scheme come up, and I had no idea what that was, other than, just the bad, I don't know, feeling it gave you. But the biggest thing for me, like I'm getting a cramp on my side. The biggest thing for me, sorry you guys, is that to me it was all about the people, and that like the feeling I got, like I'm a really good, like, I don't know, I
I feel like good judge of character.
Judge of character, and like I trust my gut instincts. And to me, it was like I was really spending a lot of time looking at and talking with coaches and looking at who was involved. And I just loved the community. And I
think that's what I fell in love with too, because I mean, it's seeing you, and obviously I loved you because you're mom. But then when I started finding out the people who did this, and I was just so moved by it. I just wanted to be a part of their presence. I wanted to, it's kind of they were almost like the cool kids in school, where you wanted to just be known that you were a part of that, because you just loved these people and you were so inspired. And I think maybe that's something that might also I thought you brought up such a good tip about not being nutritionists or experts, and that's what a lot of these people weren't. It's they were just normal, everyday people like me, who had a passion for health and fitness, but they weren't over the top. It wasn't like they had it all together. It's they were still having their pizza and their wine, but they'd press play and do their workouts, and they looked amazing, and just their lives just looked so happy. And I just wanted a piece of that for myself, because happiness was something that I was so void of at the time when I was considering it. So I thought that you brought up a great tip.
Well, and two, I mean, no one, I know I'm not perfect. And I know that we love our wine. I love to go out for dinner.
And we love tequila.
And we, you know what I mean? It's we love that, we want to live life. But that's not what it's about. What it's about is just,
it's your own journey.
It's your own journey. And it is I was so inspired by coaches who just, who were just so motivating and inspiring, and just real, just everyday, normal.
It's these are just real people who literally were doing exactly what we were doing, eating healthy and clean, or to the best of their abilities, sharing their journey along the way, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And the only difference was they were building a business out of that and being surrounded by some of the most amazing people in the world. And I think that for me was kind of when it hit me, my aha moment, I was that's what I want, because this is my life that I love. Obviously, I could talk about all day long. It's my passion, and I'd love more time to, spend on that, right? But, there's this taboo about that work isn't supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to love what you do, and that, you have this corporate 9 to 5 grind, and that's, how your life is going to be. And I think that was the coolest thing about Beachbody, is I was seeing so many people who that was possible. And so when you join our team, not only will you have the entire Beachbody network to, to look at, and to know that there's always somebody who's just like you who's done it. And you're going to find so many examples of that on our team as well. So many women. And I think you'll just feel right at home. I know I did right away. And we run our team just like we run our family. Obviously, you can tell when we're talking right here. We're mom and daughter. My sister is a coach. My entire family.
The whole family is involved. And it's just because, and seriously, it's just because, it's become lifestyle. And it's, it's part of our lives. It's not something that you do, that is something separate from you, or something separate. It's just, my whole family is involved. My daughter, Melissa, is an amazing coach. And unfortunately, she can't sit down right here with us because she lives about 900 miles away. But we love that we have this together. I mean, I feel so blessed that this is, we share this together as, mother and daughters, and,
and our team has just become an extension of our family. We run it that way too, where it's very we help each other. There's nobody that's isolated. There's no drama. There's no judgment. Everybody is unconditionally loved.
Oh my gosh.
We have coaches who come in, and I think another big thing that people are scared about is the time commitment. And also, what if they're not a rock star right out the gates? Well, here's your first buddy. That's me. I was not a rock star right out the gates. But you can work this business, anytime that you want. It can be for a hobby where you just have a family like us, and a fit family where you can be surrounded by those positive people.
Yeah, you just want support, and you want people who are going to be there for you, and just you want to just kind of be surrounded by people who are, who are healthy
cool
and
kids.
fit, and want to, and that just, who you hang out with, kind of
who you become,
who you become, because because that wears off on you, you know what I mean? So that's why the community is so important. So even if you don't even want to coach anyone, just having that support, just, having that support of just the accountability, you know, just
Yeah,
really fun people and amazing.
Yes, they're all about fun.
Yeah, you know, and
We have
moms and
Yes,
business
business
owners
owners.
and college students.
Yes.
I mean, all walks of life. We've got so many really, really interesting, amazing women and men on our
Yes.
team that.
And so if you just
so
want that
supportive.
community, or if you're just somebody who's like, hey, I kind of want to see if I can make a little date night money, or like I want enough money to buy the shoes that I've had my eye on, or the purse. You know, we've got coaches like that too, who are very what we call like hobby coaches or part-time coaches.
Or even just to enjoy the 25% discount that you get, because you do as a coach get a 25% discount on all product.
Yeah,
no
we'll
matter
dive
what.
into that in a few. But like we have a lot of people who do that. You know, just so they save some cash and they're surrounded by a really bunch of really cool people. And then we also have coaches like ourselves, you know, who are what we call them as business builders. And so basically, if that's you, if you're watching this video and you're like, dude, I want what you have. I want that freedom. I want that family, that fun. I want that, you know, because I always say it's never about the money, even though like this business, you can make a lot of money doing this business. It can be very lucrative. It's still a business, but I mean, that money always stands for something else. And for me, that was time with my priorities and the freedom of choice of to who I spent that with, what I did with my time. And, you know, I just didn't want anybody telling me like, hey, sorry, you're going to be scheduled on your son's birthday kind of thing.
Right.
You know, so you have all those coaches on our team and there's always a place for you. Another big objection that I hear when people are first starting to consider coaching is they're afraid that they're going to have to sell products.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, absolutely not. I mean, because when we talk about it being lifestyle, when we talk about, you know, when we talk about just how it just so happens naturally and organically, and it's about leading by example. It's about sharing what you're doing and just going out there and just being real. You know, going in it with like, one thing that I love about my sponsor coach is she always said it's about helping as many people as possible without expecting anything in return. And that really sums it up, because when you know, when you're feeling good and you're feeling healthy and amazing and the energy and everything else, and you got this positive, you know, community that you're with, you know, you just can't help but share that. You can't help but want that for others too. And to me, you know, it's never about sales, because I would be the first one. And that was something I was super worried about, because I had I never thought of myself as a salesperson. I don't have any experience in it whatsoever. And to me, that sounded really icky. And I didn't want to be the one doing cold calls. I didn't want to, you know what I mean? It's just, I didn't want to do that. But again, like this lifestyle that you just can't help but share and talk about because it's something that you love already. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah, so we teach you on our team, basically, I mean, we do a very good job of this. What we make sure that we do is we find your strengths from day one as a coach, and we talk about them, and we start utilizing, you know, what you already bring to the table, because you have a unique story, you have special gifts and talents that this world needs, and that's why you have them. And so we don't try to turn you into any kind of a salesperson, or, you know, we don't believe in pushing products, but we do believe in enhancing that best self. And obviously physical fitness and eating right is part of that. So is personal development. But then when you combine those, you know, we'll show you how to do is really become a magnet just by living the best life that you can. And so people end up kind of wanting to find you, hear your story. And then it's so fun that way, because then you're just like, I know for me, like, you know, I lost all my friends when I had my son. So it's like when people started finding me, and I was just like, wow, I feel like you're a sister from like, I don't even know where, but like we're soul sisters somehow, because I love you. And I feel like I've known you forever. And you really kind of become your best self. You share that, and people want a piece of that. Like, I'm not kidding. And you never know who you're going to inspire. Like, for me, you know, I came and I already had a little bit of a transformation. I had already lost 50 pounds just from what we had done by ourselves. I ended up losing another 20 with Beachbody products. And I just kind of shared that and shared my journey. And I'm also the coach who's gained 10 pounds because she went on vacation for a month. And I shared that as well, and my journey to get back to it. And it's just amazing because, you know, somebody who you would inspire, I probably wouldn't. And somebody who I would inspire might not be inspired by you. But the thing is, we all have there's always I don't want to sound like too career but there's always a market for you, and it's because of the talents that God gave you and the gifts that you have and your story that you've already lived. So it has power. So we'll cover a couple more of the biggest fears that people have just real quickly, and then we'll get to the meat of this, because I know you guys are kind of wondering, like, yeah, this sounds good, but what does it actually take?
What do you do?
So it's like, clearly you're excited about this. That's great, right? Okay, so just a couple more things that I hear from a lot of people when they're really considering coaching, but they're kind of afraid. One of them is that, so I'm not at my goal weight. I don't have a beach body. And we kind of just covered that right now, just talking about how it's your journey and you share that, and
that nobody relates to perfection. Nobody relates to that. People, you know what I mean? It's like, it's awesome to have, a lot of people want to wait until they have like they want to wait until they're in better shape or they have results or something like that, and that's, you don't want to do that, because you're going to be on your journey, and that's what this is all about. You don't know who you're going to inspire. You're going to inspire so many people just by being real, putting yourself out there, and just letting others in on your journey and letting them see you like every day. Like, you may totally not feel like working out, but you know what? You did it anyways. And it's like, somebody's going to go, oh my gosh, I feel the same way, but if she can do it, I can do it too.
Yep.
And that's an amazing message to get, and an amazing feeling. But that's, no one relates to perfection. Progress is what's inspiring. It's the journey that's inspiring.
Happiness. And so when, it's kind of like why we watch The Biggest Loser, or like people like that. They like to watch people who they feel like if they can do it, so can I. Because I know for me, like if I go to the store and I look at some of these girls on like, Oxygen or like these magazines, and they're just so beautiful and airbrushed, and yes, would I love to look like them? Absolutely. But are they going to be the ones that are going to inspire me to push play? Maybe. But like, I'm going to be more inspired by the girl who, like, she's done what I want to do and she started where I started. And that's going to make me go like, oh my gosh, like, well, success like doesn't play favorites. Like, it's available for everybody, so she can do it, so can I. And so it's really just about sharing your journey. And I mean, yes, we have products that are amazing. They are the most elite, best products in the world. Hands down, if I would have known about this before when I was first starting, it would not have taken me nearly as long. And it would have been a lot easier. I would not have had to learn everything and have so much trial and error. And so basically what, our products do for all of these people is it kind of like minimizes that time between like when they start and when they start seeing results. And so that's what's exciting. And, it's the best stuff in the world, hands down. Hands down.
And that's why you don't have to be a nutritionist, or you don't have to be a trainer, is because everything that we have, every program that we have already has that, it has your nutritionist right there telling you what to eat and how much. It has your trainer that shows you what to do every single day. All you have to do is push play. I mean, it's no fail. The only way it fails is if you don't do it. And so, that's why, that's what's so motivating, is seeing people on that journey. And it's like, I love when my new challengers start, and there's always that, there's that fear. It's like, what if, because so many times, things fail, but what if this works? And then they get going, and it's like, oh my gosh, because you're like, you are going to crush this. You are going to do this. I know you are, because I'm going to be there with you. We're going to do this together. You have everything you need, and we are going to rock this together. And that's what a coach is for. We're there to hold hands with you, and and just believe.
We're in the trenches, like we still are, like,
because we're doing it ourselves. I mean, we're doing it ourselves, and we need support. And it's so much fun to do it together. You know what I mean? That's what keeps you going. That's what makes it lifestyle, is because it's so much fun to do together. And that's what keeps me accountable. And there's no pressure to like know it all. There's no pressure for any of that. It's just fun, and it feels so good, and it's so rewarding. So what's next?
I'm trying to think if there's any more objections that I hear from people routinely.
Well, time is a big issue because, and believe me, we know it. There is not a single person that is not busy. You know,
No.
whether, I mean, stay-at-home moms, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You know, so busy. Kids busy, school, work. We have so many coaches on our team that work full-time, own even separate businesses, even and coaching, go to school full-time, have 4 or 5 kids. I have 4.
I have 1.
You know, I mean, we have, but I mean, we have everything in
second.
between. And, you know, we show you how to work, you know, very smart. We show you, you know, how to get it done in an hour.
Yeah, I would say that probably 99% of our coaches come to us because they are busy people and they do need a solution to stop the busy because they want to have more time with their family.
Yeah.
So, you know, they want to have more time to do whatever they want to do. It's fine. But I mean, so we make our training and, you know, we utilize social media for that. So it does work in your sleep, and we get, you know, we show people how to work smarter versus harder.
Yeah.
And we give, you know, if you're want to be a business builder, remember how we talked about that a little bit earlier in our video, that somebody who's working full-time, just like what we do as a coach. Full-time doesn't mean full-time hours here, nor does part-time mean part-time hours.
Right.
I was confused by that as well, because when I was working 2 full-time jobs, like the old full-time jobs, you know, I was kind of thinking like, I'm hoping to get a shower today, like let alone try to build a business.
Oh, gosh.
And so what we do is we show people how to do this in roughly an hour a day. And so, and that's for your business builders. If you want to just enjoy a discount or do this as a hobby, it's less. You know, and that can be broken up to whenever you want it. Say, you know, we have coaches on our team who do like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday kind of schedule, or a little bit on the weekends. We have coaches who break it up like 15 minutes in the morning, 20 at lunch, that kind of thing. You know, now that we're able to do this from home and all day, we just have our set hours. But
because we have the, you know, we have the freedom to choose. And so, but there's so many coaches who built like amazing businesses after the kids went to bed, you know, and the house is quiet at night in an hour. And then, you know, and first thing in the morning, you know, who get up and get it done first thing in the morning, or, you know, a half hour here or a half hour there. You decide.
It's your business.
It's totally, you know, that's the beauty of it, is you decide.
And so we make our training doable for the busy person. So you do your training on your time, you check in on your time. We always provide it and make sure it's there for you. But yeah, you build this business when it works for you. So that's really cool. And you can definitely build, I mean, I definitely didn't come out of the gates running, but I was able to quit both of my jobs and be at home. And, you know, it's so doable, and you don't need, you know, hours upon hours a day. So I guess we can get into some of the basics, unless you have any other objections that you think people are like have on their mind that they're a little nervous about. The one that maybe I was nervous about, and I will share this with you, is that I was nervous about how you make money, because so many people would be like, well, you just share, you don't sell. And I was kind of thinking like, so there's got to be a dollar somewhere to that. Like, and that's where I think that people put their guard up and they start going like, oh, pyramid scheme, or it's a scam, or, you know, something like that. So we'll cover this again in the bloated basics. There's a couple ways that you make money. But I will tell you this, to keep it simplified: the more people that you choose to serve and help, the bigger your business gets, the more money that you will earn. And so it's really up to you. And I guess as far as, you know, how that works, I guess let's just dive into this right now so that you know what you make and also how to get started, because I have a feeling we're going to be welcoming a lot of people. Okay. So number one, as a coach, when you enroll with us for your team, you will get 25% discounts on all of the programs and products, which is amazing, because trust me, you will become addicted to them, and everybody likes a good deal. So you'll save 25% on that. And then also you will receive a 25% commission on anything that is bought or sold from your website, regardless of if you have signed in the last year or not, as long as it's still active. So say, you know, John Smith is really feeling like crap on New Year's Eve, and he decides that on, you know, New Year's Day, he's going to start P90X. If he logs onto your website and orders it on New Year's Eve, whether you are at a New Year's Eve party or not, you will get that commission for that.
Right. And that's exactly true. And there's no, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to buy or sell anything. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't, you know, like for me, just for instance, when we were doing P90X, and we had so many, 2 of my nieces ended up deciding to order it as well. And I wasn't a coach at the time, but I mean, they could have just, gone onto my website and ordered it, and I would have received the commission from that.
Great.
So, I mean,
25%
simple.
of that.
Super simple. You do not have to stock any product whatsoever. No. We don't have to deal with shipping or anything like that. No. I know a lot of businesses, like, you have to buy product up front and all that kind of stuff.
And then you sell that. That's not what we do.
We don't do that at all. Like, I don't keep anything aside from what I personally use.
Like, even samples. Like, I don't keep samples at home to sell. Like, that's all available through your website.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing. Like, the only Beachbody product that you would have in your house is what you personally chose to use for your own health and fitness. So it's pretty cool.
So there's no, like, that huge upfront cost to get started by any means. You don't have to do that. No stocking product. We don't have to ship anything. Customer service takes care of all of that.
Yes.
There is a $15.95 monthly fee, $15.95, which pays, and so we're looking at notes here so we don't forget anything, which pays for, you get 4 websites when you become a coach. You get a whole Beachbody website, which has everything. You get an online office, you get a Shakeology website, and you get an Ultimate Reset website. So you have all these websites. And that $16 a month.
It's such a blessing. They will take care.
They take care of everything.
Remember how she said that she's not, like, technically inclined, and I'm not either, but I mean slightly more. But anyways, no, like, they make sure that your website looks just spectacular.
They take care of everything.
Yes, so all your links work. You don't have to figure out how to do anything. You literally, like, put your picture there. And then, like, boom, you're done. And then you have this beautiful website. And that $15.95 also will cover, like, we get, like, coach relations, our own online back office. So, I mean, you basically get set up as a CEO of your company right now.
Every single thing is taken care of for you. All the product updates. I mean,
if you ever have, like,
imagine
any returns, like, you don't have to deal with that. They have customer service 24/7. It's amazing, and it's such a blessing to have for $16 a month, because people outsource all that. If you know business yourself, people outsource that for thousands and thousands of dollars a month. So, okay, next, you can be eligible to earn team cycle bonuses paid weekly once you build a team. Actually, when you sign up, that's our first goal for you. By the end of the month, we want to make sure you're getting your bonuses ASAP. So, and it's super easy to do. And then that is actually going to be the lucrative side of your business, because alone we can only help so many people. But if you have people, like us, it's both of our mission to help people now, and we have a family of coaches who are on the same page. Like, we want to make sure that people are having these opportunities and living healthier, happier lives. Beachbody believes that when you help more people, you deserve more money. So they give you a team bonus. And don't worry, your team is taken care of very well as well. But they give you that bonus because you reached out to them and helped them get started.
Right. And that is paid weekly. So you will receive a weekly paycheck, which is awesome.
Direct deposit. It's fantastic.
Right.
And so what else?
Let's see. No stocking product, no shipping product. We already talked about that. All the customer service issues are completely handled for us. They take care of everything so that we don't have to worry about that business side of it. That allows us to do what we do best, is just being, reaching out to people, being that encourager, being that support system, helping people. So we don't have to, we don't take care of any of that. That's awesome. That's so awesome.
It's fantastic. So let's talk about how you actually join our team now. There are 2 ways that you can do it, actually. And we love both ways, but we will give them both to you so that you can make the best decision for you. The first option that you can do is to sign up. It's just $39.95 to get started as a coach. You have the opportunity to build a 6 or 7 figure business with that, get you everything that we just talked about right now. And your websites will be up and running, like, literally within minutes, and you can put your face on there and rock and roll. And it's awesome. That's $40. That's it. That's how you set up. The other way that you can do this is, and we actually do recommend this, about 90% of our coaches go this route, just because it's just such a better deal, and it's just the best way to start. What you can do is you can sign up with what Beachbody has is called a challenge pack. And so basically it's a super, super discounted bundle of a workout program of your choice plus either Shakeology or a new performance line. So you get your supplement as well and a 30-day free club trial membership. And that one is awesome because you get like Beachbody On Demand, which is like Netflix for Beachbody. It's amazing. There's like
hundreds of
30,
workouts.
like $3,700 worth of like stuff on there. You get a nutrition, like somebody who will plan your meals, give you grocery lists. Like there's no thinking involved. It's so foolproof, and you get that. Plus, when you sign up with that route with that challenge pack, you can sign up as a coach for free. Like they waive your coach fee, and you get it super discounted. Like even me as a coach right now, I could not buy what is included with a challenge pack, even with my 25% discount, I could not get that good of a deal. And so they do reserve that for your like new coaches and customers only. So we always recommend that our new coaches go that way, just because, dude, you're gonna save so much money, and you get to sign up for free. You get to open a business for free. And then you also get to, you know, like we said, you have to have integrity. You have to share your journey with the products. And so what better way than to just get started on your own journey right out the gates.
And what they're doing, I mean, it's setting you up for long-term success.
Yes.
And so when they, you know, they, first of all, they discount it for you. They bundle it all together. So you're saving a ton of money versus buying separately. So they already do that for you. They let you sign up as a coach for free when you do that, because they're recognizing you for, you know, Beachbody wants you to walk the walk. You know, they're coaching is, I mean, you totally need to coach with integrity. You know, you need to lead by example. And so when you do that, that's, you know, they waive that for you, because they're saying, listen, you know, you're serious about this, and we, you know, we recognize you and applaud you for taking your health and your fitness seriously, and you're going to do it long term. And it's an awesome way to get started.
Well, guys, because think about it. Like if you know, were considering working with a coach, and you were like, oh, hey, have you done this? Or do you use, you know, Shakeology, or do you use the products that you represent? And they're like, no, I actually do my own thing. Wouldn't that make you just like, something would go up in your head and you'd be like, I don't know. Like if they won't use their own stuff. I wouldn't
trust that.
Right. Or like, you know, like you see like people, like there's so many at-home businesses online now, and it's like they're always sharing everybody else's results but their own. And like for me, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't think I'd go with that. And granted, like sharing other people's results is a huge part of our business, and just recognizing them. But you know, as a coach, that's just, you know, we're built on integrity, not just as our team, but as a company. So we recommend that. Did you have anything else?
Well, I thought it would be kind of fun if we kind of shared like what a day like looks like for us.
Yeah, because a lot of people do ask, like, okay, like what do you actually do?
So I thought it'd be kind of fun just to kind of give you an idea, because you know, sure, I mean, we talk about all this, but then what in reality does that look like? And I'll just kind of, you know, we can kind of share what our days are like. And you know, you know, we have and you know, it's like typically first thing I want to do is you know, for me, reading a little bit of personal development is key, because that sets the tone for my day. Like, and that's something that, you know, that we as coaches do. It's like part of our 3 vital behaviors. And it just grows you as a person. It keeps you positive. It keeps you inspired. It helps you be, you know, that positive person for someone else. And so I always like to start my day with that, just because to me, that sets a tone to my day. I get my workout in. I always have Shakeology for breakfast. Typically that's what I have, and that's everybody's choice. I mean, I know you do it for a snack. I do it for breakfast. And then depending on what I have going on during the day, I typically will then start working at about probably 11 o'clock in the morning. And then I give myself a few hours to, first of all, I answer messages, I check in on my challengers, I check in on my groups, I, you know, post on social media. Let's see, what else do we do? We check in with coaches. I check in with my team. We love recognizing and supporting each other and just being there. So we'll do some of that. We just check in and help each other. And then, you know, I decide how much time I want to put in. Sometimes I work longer if I'm working on a training, or if I'm going to do, you know, if I'm going to like prepare a team call or something like that, because I feel it's really important that we, you know, that we connect as a team, you know, and we have that, you know, that connection, and that we talk. But, you know, some days it's an hour, some days it's a few hours, some days I work, you know, a long day, and then some days I take off like I did yesterday and just took off and went and did some shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just, you know, we have that flexibility, which is awesome. But, you know, if I know that I have a very busy day, and I've got, like, we're going through a kitchen remodel and different things, and I've got appointments, you know, I know that I can get my work done in an hour. And, you know, we have just certain things that we do, which we call our power hour. And so, and those are just just the basics of what we do as a coach every day. And, you know, what I kind of just described. And so anyways, that's kind of just my day in, you know, a very general nutshell. How about you?
I sleep in, I get up with my son, and we have breakfast together. After he leaves, I usually get my workout in, clean out the house a little bit, read. I usually start work between 10:30 and 11. And a lot of my time is spent meeting new people, building relationship with them, getting to know them, checking on challengers and helping them out. Challengers are just people who are on their journey as well. They're in our monthly groups or past or previous. Helping teammates out, helping them get their businesses up and running so they can start seeing some of that financial success as well, or just whatever. And like you said, I mean, it's spent. My business works around my day. It's not that my day is built around my business. So, like, you know, if I want to work for an hour and get my stuff done, then I do. And if I don't, I don't. Like, you know, there are days that I take off and I go shopping, or, you know, we just do, like, in the summertime, it's just like a random beach day, or just a random getaway up to, you know, northern Michigan somewhere, and we just take off. And you know, and then there are days too where it's like, yeah, you'll work 3 or 4 hours.
And speaking of taking off, which is really cool, and this is another reason why something I love about this is because we have a cabin up north, and, you know, we travel all the time.
Yeah.
And I can work from my phone. I can work from my phone. I can work from a
Business
computer.
stops.
I can work in my car if need be. I can work anywhere. I don't have to be. No. I'm not at I'm not in an office. I'm not in a job where, you know, I have the freedom to do that. You know, both of us have hopped on planes to go down and see Melissa, and that's a lot of fun, because we end up going down there and we work together. Like, we get up and we work together and we get our workouts in, and then like, that's it for the day.
By the pool.
Then we're done. It's like then it's like we hang out by the pool, we go do stuff. That's the beauty of it.
Yes.
That is, I mean, that's what I love, is just, we can work from anywhere. You know, I don't have to ask for time off. My husband will say, hey, let's go up north. You know, it's like, I'll be like, yeah, I can go. I don't have to say no, and I don't have to ask off for, you know, work.
I think the biggest thing about, like, our business is it's a yes business. It just allows you to say yes more. So, you know, if you've been listening to this and you've thought that this sounds amazing, and, you know, you're kind of hearing our stories and where we started and all the same doubts and fears that you've had, that you're probably still thinking about, or you've thought of, you know, it's normal. We've been there. And I think it's important that you're taking this seriously and you are asking those questions and you do have those fears, because, you know, there's a lot out there that, you know, is probably not a good fit. But if this is, you know, if you have that fire in your belly and, you know, you get excited about this, like, that's a really good sign. And it shows that you're meant to be doing this. And you wouldn't be interested if you didn't want a yes life, if you didn't want a more life. And in whatever yes means to you, whether that's, yes, I'm getting the shoes, or yes, I'm going to, you know, Atlanta for the weekend. It's whatever you want to say yes to. This business, you know, if you want to put the time and effort, and I will say as a disclaimer, this is a business. You will have to learn new skills. You'll have to, you know, be consistent in your learning and growing, and you're gonna it's just like a new job. Like, you're gonna have to go through training, figure it out, and find your style, and before it becomes routine. But the coolest thing about it is that once you do, I mean, gosh, it's so fun. And I won't say it's easy. It's very simple. I mean, we're built on integrity, helping people, and I guess paying the good stuff forward that you can't buy, which is kindness, passion, joy, excitement, and just giving people, I guess, like, hope again.
It totally fulfills that need
for contribution.
Wanting to make a difference in people's lives, wanting to, give back. I think we all, have that desire to do that and to want to make a difference in people's lives, to, to be someone's hope, someone's, it's like, I think we all want that. And this is a very meaningful way to express that. And I can't think of anything more important than someone's health and fitness, because it affects every single
without it, you have
aspect
nothing
of your life. It does. It affects everything. And I know for myself, oh my gosh, I get to do this, and I get to stay healthy, and I get to enjoy life, and I get to have energy and like be with my kids and make a difference. And, and it's just, it fulfills a lot of meaning and purpose in your life, if nothing else. And to me, that's what it's all about. So.
Yeah, and the biggest thing I think I hear too from like people who are bitter, they're like, oh, it must be nice, but like turn that must be nice into like, you can do this too, because I promise you, you can.
Yeah,
you totally can.
If I can do it, if she can do it, if any single coach that is, can do this, you can do this. I mean, you can do this.
And the biggest thing like about our network, and especially our team personally, is just that, you won't meet a coach that doesn't want to help you. Like, it's like, it's the group of people who's like, oh my gosh, like I did this, so let me help you do it too. And like, they just jump right in and help you. And so, there's no need to fear that you're going to be like brought on and then like left alone to figure it out by yourself. Right. Like that's not what we do. Right. We have it all laid out for you. We have the how-to from the very beginning, all the way up to, however far you want to go, and the sky's the limit. So
you will not be left alone. No. I mean, you will, it's totally up to you. I mean, if you will not be left alone. We have everything that you need. You will have all the tools that you need. You will have all the support that you need.
All you gotta do is show up.
You just have everything, and it's just totally up to you and what you want to do and your goals, and we're going to be there for you. So
I'm excited to meet everybody.
I know.
I'm excited.
I am too, because this is the funnest part. This is so fun, because our team is like we just posted, we were just kind of shouting out to some of our coaches on our team page a little bit ago, and it's like, that's so fun to do. But then all of a sudden, like, so many coaches are just joining in and just like seriously so happy for you, and just like, way to go.
If you want to be celebrated, you need to be on this team, because oh my gosh, yes.
And that's what's so fun. So I can't wait for all of you guys to like be part of that, and for us to be able to, to have these conversations with you, and you be part of this, and support each other. So anyways, we'll wrap this up. I mean, we could go on and on, but we'll wrap it up. And I just thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for, joining us here, and just, being open to hearing more. Totally no pressure at all. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it's totally up to you.
If this is for you, it's for you. And if not, that is okay. Feel free to pass along this video to whoever you feel like might be a good fit or might be interested. And if you are watching this and either one of us are not the coach that you were talking to, make sure that you reach out to them with any questions. Like, seriously, there is not a bad question out there. I had 1,000,003 of them. And if you have the same, that is totally fine. That's what we're here for, because we don't want anybody in our team who we're not here to talk you into this. We've been successful because we've met people and joined forces with people who wanted the same things for themselves, but we aren't, we don't get any kind of like glory points or money. Like, if you sign up and don't do anything, like we are successful when you are. So, make sure you get in touch with the coach or whoever
invited you or mentioned this,
Yes, and ask them 1,000,000 questions, and ask them how you get started, and we'd love to welcome you. We've got a new training starting up soon.
Yes.
And it's going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, guys.